Do you feel tired of feeling like you abandon yourself in relationships, especially romantic relationships? You're not alone. And do you also feel like there's more to life than what is currently being presented to you? That's because there is more to life than what's currently being presented to you. Whenever we feel like we're always losing ourselves in other people, the actual lesson here is to learn to go inwards. And many people haven't really developed the practice to do that yet. Some practices are like basically around relaxation. So you kind of drop your mind and come into your body in yoga, meditation, even just listening to music on the couch. Just dropping the outside world and allowing the inner world to expand. And why I ask that, do you ever think there's more to life than just searching outside you? Yes, because the reason that your outside world doesn't change is because internally it is being mirrored. The outside world is mirroring your internal world. So if you never stopped and turned in and really paid attention to who you are, then chances are you just repeat the same loops in your external world, and it can become excruciatingly painful if you keep doing that. One really good way to kind of understand your inner world is to tap into the inner child. So at first I thought this was a really difficult concept to grasp, but I learned that what is helpful is journaling between your healthy adult and your inner child, because in the case that some people felt that they might have been neglected as children, or even in the case like our parents were perfectly loving, parents are flawed too. They can't always pay attention to our internal processes. So if you're feeling like that joy in your life is missing and you're tired of losing yourself in relationship, well, that could be because your inner child hasn't really had a chance to be integrated into your life now. And the great thing about this is the exploring of our inner world. It's actually a really pleasant and joyful process, albeit hard. It's hard because we're never shown how to do this. So I find a nice way to practice this is to journal between the healthy adult and the inner child. Now, we also have an inner teenager who tends to be a little bit louder than the inner child. So you can practice journaling between the two and watch their energy expand into your world. Often when we've found that the joy in our life has gone, it's because we didn't allow that inner child to exist. We have suppressed them. And it's interesting because you think, if I talk to my inner child and they want to play with Lego, like I'm however years old I am now, if I start doing that, like people are going to think I'm crazy. Maybe. But maybe that's also the key to your joy. It's a process that you can't really use your mind too much with. So for example, if your healthy adult asks your inner child, like, how are you feeling today? You can't sit there thinking like, how would an inner child feel? It just comes out of you, right? And you just write. And that's how you discover the inner child and the inner teen. And the reason why I digressed into that from losing ourselves in relationship is that often we can get into relationship with not our full integrated self, and we find like we're searching for people outside of ourselves because we haven't met all aspects of ourselves yet. So when we're seeking the validation or the expansion of ourselves in another, we keep getting hit with like blockages there. It is usually a sign to turn inward and explore what in me is being neglected. And another way that I think this comes to light is like when you're talking to your inner children, And you're starting to also remember what actually gives me joy. Like, what do I want to do more of in my life that's going to bring me energy and joy? Because maybe people are looking outside of themselves to provide the joy, the love, the validation, and they're just not finding it outside themselves. That's because everything mirrors us. So whatever someone made me feel about me, I had to feel it inside about me first. So once you learn, one, to be really gentle with yourself and allow your inner children to come alive, your inner world kind of expands, and you start to see that maybe you were heavily focused on the outside world and changing everything around, and things just weren't changing for you. You were just running on cycles. And there is a reason for that. If you ever sat down and did so much processing of your internal identities, you'll find that when you leave and you go to the supermarket, it might be the same supermarket you've been to for years, you'll find that things have changed. The way you're perceiving the supermarket, it's different. The people, they seem kinder, they seem more gentler. And the reason is because you went in and you did that for yourself. So when it comes to romantic relationships as well, do you want a partner who would be like gentle and curious and ask you questions and bring joy to your life as well? Well, they may be the things that you need to do for yourself first. And the funny thing is, like, once you do expand your inner world, the need to keep grasping for someone outside of you, it kind of collapses. And that's when you're in a powerful position, because you stand sovereign in yourself. And once you stand sovereign in yourself, you know what would resonate with you, and people would stop pulling you out of your unsafety, right? You've found a way to nourish your nervous system through this process. And I did oversimplify the process for you. You need to break it down into steps. But if I did told you all of the steps to do, this would be an hour-long video. Yeah, so basically, since everything is a mirror of us, and if we're not happy in our lives and we're seeking, like, maybe a partner will fix this, or maybe a new job will fix this, we know kind of the demons are going to follow you there. So why not turn inwards and do the inner work? Because you might be so sick of the same patterns and cycles that you keep going through. So by going in, it's an opportunity to expand your joy and to meet yourself more fully, so that you know yourself, right? And so that you would be less likely to abandon yourself should someone come along. You would also know how to feel safe in your own nervous system, because this is a really long process. It doesn't just happen within like a couple of months, but since your inner children will begin to feel safe with you and you have reparented yourself, and it's not an easy journey. I talk about all the joyful things in it. It actually can be really painful. But since you know yourself and you've learned to feel safe with yourself, you'll more resonate with people that also have that inner safety and come with wholeness. So